Etsy sellers are facing a new wave of listing deactivations, and this time, it's centered around certain words many of us thought were safe to use. Over the last few months, multiple sellers have had listings removed simply for referencing terms like ADHD, autism, anxiety, or even stress in their titles, tags, or descriptions. So today, I'm sharing everything that we know so far about these cases, and what you need to know if you sell items that utilize these terms. For anyone who may be new here, my name is Starla, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And to be clear, Etsy's official medical claims policy prohibits listings that make health promises. Things like, this cures anxiety, or this toy treats ADHD. And that makes sense. Handmade sellers aren't medical professionals, and Etsy is protecting itself from regulatory issues. But what we're seeing now goes far beyond medical claims. Sellers are being penalized just for using words like ADHD at all, even when no medical claims are present. For example, one of my students makes crocheted candy corn squishy toys, essentially a handmade stress ball, and her listing was recently deactivated under medical claims. The concerning thing about this is the description didn't say anything about curing conditions. It simply mentioned that it was a stress toy, yet Etsy support classified that as a medical violation. After this took place, another student who sells mental health-related stickers reached out to Etsy for clarity. Their concern was that even using phrases like funny mental health jokes could trigger deactivation. And of course, support couldn't provide a clear answer. Instead, the seller was repeatedly redirected to Etsy's generic prohibited items policy and warned not to use any phrasing that could even imply a health benefit. At one point, a staff member explicitly said that they could not provide a list of approved terms, and later communication shut down entirely. And this isn't an isolated case. Yet another student selling fidget toys received 3 different explanations from 3 different Etsy representatives. One email stated the listing was removed for medical claims. Another said the issue was for referencing autism, ADHD, and anxiety at all. No medical claims, just the mention of these neurodiversities. And another confirmed that while no claim was made, Etsy cannot accommodate listings that even mention those conditions. In other words, the goalpost seems to keep moving every single time she made contact with support. This is deeply concerning, not only for sensory and fidget toy sellers, but for any shop offering awareness products. If words like autism and ADHD are flagged even in supportive, descriptive, or awareness-based context, that could affect everything from enamel pins to t-shirts to jewelry. Now, I have not seen that happen yet, but it's worth raising awareness now so sellers can proceed with caution just in case it becomes an issue in the future, as Etsy is currently enforced by AI. And we all know how flawed AI-based takedowns can be. As with every Etsy issue, the problem here isn't just the takedowns, it's the lack of clarity. Etsy's written policy does not say words like autism or ADHD are prohibited. It says that medical claims are prohibited. But the way these rules are being enforced feels inconsistent and, in some cases, overly broad. Sellers are left guessing which words will trigger a violation, with no official guidance beyond avoid health benefits. So what does this mean for you? At this point, you need to make a decision about whether using these terms is worth the risk. You can continue to use them knowing that there's a chance that your listing may be removed, or you can play it safe by leaning into alternative language. Instead of highlighting a condition, consider describing the product itself with words like sensory-friendly, textured, squishy, tactile, fidget, or even focus toy. These descriptors still help shoppers understand your product without opening the door to accusations of medical claims. And if your entire shop revolves around products made for a neurodiverse community, community, it might be wise to start building a backup plan outside of Etsy. Diversifying with your own website ensures that if Etsy cracks down harder on these words, your business doesn't disappear overnight. Now, before we wrap up, I do want to note that this issue hits close to home for me because my husband Mark has ADHD and I live with a chronic anxiety disorder. We are a neurodiverse family, and I find it unsettling that Etsy appears to be treating words tied to our everyday lived experiences as prohibited terms. For now, my best advice is caution. Don't assume that because you're not making a claim, your listing is safe. Pay attention to the words that you're using and consider whether alternative descriptors can get your message across without risking removal. I'm still collecting stories about this issue, so if this has happened to you, please share your experiences down in the comments. What were you selling and what did Etsy tell you? The more sellers speak up, the clearer the picture that we'll have of how widespread this issue really is. Until Etsy provides concrete guidance, this is a moving target, so stay vigilant, document everything, and protect your business where you can. Until next time, Pookie.